Would you like to see what is to come?
Yes. Please show me my future.
Fate is only a direction. But I can show you possibilities.
I'm ready.
Then see.
This is my first non-Brandon Sanderson video, but I really wanted to do it for a couple of reasons. I want to be able to provide service and entertainment to you, my viewers. And so one of the things I think that I could offer to you is new possible books that you haven't read. Now, it feels a little weird to me to be talking to you who, if you found my channel, like, how have you not found some of these other books? But I've learned that just there are people that haven't. I drive an electric car in 2024, and I still get questions about all sorts of weird things about my car. It's also Kia Soul, but people wonder all about it. And this is 2024, and I thought that all this information about electric cars were like so common. Or I like to play board games like Root, Scythe, or Everdell, and for me those are like totally mainstream games, and yet there's plenty of people out there who have never heard of those types of games. So today I was going to introduce you to another book series by an independent author called Will Wight. So if you've never heard of Will Wight, or if you've heard of him but haven't read him, stick around, or maybe you've read him and love him, and maybe you want to agree with the points here too. So I wanted to introduce you to that because I think that you as Cosmere readers would love it. Okay, so why read Will Wight? Why read his most famous series, Cradle? Cradle is has an expansive universe. So if you like the Cosmere's size and scope, right, and that's something that brings you to Brandon Sanderson, you should totally read Cradle. So it's a huge universe, but we also get to experience it from two perspectives. We get to experience it from someone very, very zoomed in that only sees one small corner of the universe, and we also see it from like a universe guardian perspective, and so we get to see a large view of it happening at the same time and how those things intersect. And so pretty cool how all of the things connect together. Another reason that you should read Cradle is because of its unique, articulated, cool, epic powers, right? So Cradle straddles that line between soft and hard magic, but you definitely know what your characters can and cannot do, which is part of the fun when you throw them into certain scenarios. It's technically what some people call progression fantasy, so we get to see our characters progress, although I think that's kind of a characteristic of all fantasy in general. But this one's a little bit more dramatic because the levels of progression are very metered and measured in this story. But they are really fun powers. And our character is hungry for them, and so you also get to hunger alongside with them. So really fun. Another reason I wanted to highlight an independent author like Will Wight is because I am planning on self-publishing as well, and would want you to be exposed to maybe the idea of reading and trying out different authors, even though haven't gone a traditional route. Along that vein, I have a free novella on my website that you could read if you would be so kind as to give that a chance, called The Bestowed, Champion of the Condemned. It's totally a mashup of like Sunlit Man and Gladiator. If those are stories that appeal to you, obviously I'm a Brandon Sanderson fan, so he's had a huge influence on my work. Not that I can write like he does. But a character waking up in dire straits and using his will and tenacity and his grit to get through things. Hopefully the story you could totally check out for free by signing up for my newsletter. So I would love your support if you would be interested in something like that. Another reason that you should read Cradle is because it has an awesome ensemble. So each voice in this series is completely unique. Like, you could totally hear each character talking, and you could just pull out any random dialogue from any character, and you know who it is that's talking, because each of their voices are so unique, and that makes the ensemble so fun. Finally, the last reason that you should read this book is because the audiobook narrator is Travis Baldree. And if you haven't read or heard, if you haven't heard Travis Baldree narrate a book, you are in for a treat. He's a fantastic narrator, the bee's knees. So just a really quick list here. Give Cradle and Will Wight a try. I'm obviously not affiliated with them in any way, but they came out with an amazing trailer. I hope that it gets made into a series someday.
See, there are a million paths in this world. But they can all be reduced to one. Improve yourself. Your path will be long.
Are you ready for another fight?
But you will not walk alone. So, where will you go from here?
Really big, powerful stakes, kind of like oaths that are happening in the story, as you can see from the trailer. Thanks, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Hey, so let me know if you like the idea of being introduced to other things that I think that you as Brandon Sanderson fans would also like, and if that would be an appealing idea to you. I just know that there's a lot of readers like me that I really am not going to pick anything up unless I get a really good recommendation for it. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.